Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so we're recording our call for those who aren't able to be with us tonight. If you're on, you have in the bottom left-hand side of your screen, you probably have a mute button, so you can go ahead and mute yourself if you want to. Or if I mute you, please don't be offended. You can unmute yourself later if you have a question. I might just do that for the sake of it being really quiet for our recording. I want you all to be able to hear, and I want to use our time wisely since we have about 30 minutes that's free for this Zoom call tonight. And I am so excited that there's so many of you on tonight. Thank you for making the time and carving it out. I know it's not easy, especially those of you in the Midwest and even out here who are still putting kids to bed because it's kind of a crazy time at my house too. So thank you. I really want this to be valuable. And Allison and I are so excited about this 90 days and this game plan that we've put together. So we know that you're on here. You may not have decided that you want to do this 90-day game plan yet, but you're on here because you want to find out about it. And so we want to share with you. And again, you always get to choose what you want to do because you own your own business and you get to do what you want to do. You're the one who decides. But your leaders and your team members really want to help you. And I learned at conference that we need to father our people sometimes and not mother them, which we need to be able to say, this is what you should do. These are the keys for success, and they're right here in front of you. So that's what we're going to do tonight, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And I'm just going to take about 5 minutes to share this with you, and then Allison is going to take over and explain our game in a little bit more detail. Okay, raise your hand if you guys can see my PowerPoint. Okay. Is it big or is it not big? Do you know? Okay. So this is our 90-day game plan that we came up with. It's really empowering you with tools to grow your business. And if you know me and you've been around me the last 2 years, you'll know that 90 days makes a difference. So when I came home from conference and I felt like the Holy Spirit had said to me, what are you waiting for? I had this tool that I could help our family get out of debt. I had a tool where I could change things for our family. And all I needed to do is to decide that I was all in and I was going to do it. So I came home and came up with this 90-day game plan, not because I'm smart, but I heard other people do it. And I asked Allison and Ariel and Aaron to do it with me. And we locked arms and we did 90 events in 90 days. And that was my massive action. So you don't have to do your business that way.
Good.
But I
put that in your question sheet in your bag and bring the pencil back to Alma.
Grow our business quickly.
I'm in a meeting.
I think we can grow our business really quickly when we do 90 days on, 90 days of massive action. So this is what this game plan is. It's 90 days of all on kind of intentional activity. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about that right now. So raise your hand. I don't know how many of you listened to Lisa Radice do the law of sowing and reaping, Wendy Campbell, like last week on Monday night. I don't know if any of you heard it. Or if you listen to Jim Rohn talks about the law of sowing and reaping. And he says the law of sowing and reaping is a law. And so what we plant, we will reap. But the thing about sowing and reaping is that you don't reap right away. And Lisa Radice shares that she had a team member who was a VF, and then the woman said, well, I'm done because I feel like I put my hand to the plow and I don't see the results that I wanted. And Lisa just shared so sweetly, like, that's not how this works. You don't plant and you don't plow and then get a harvest. First you plow and you break up the soil, and then you plant your seeds, and then you water them, and then you wait, and then you water them, and then you wait. And it's this time span of sowing before you're able to reap. And that's what we have in our business. This is not a get rich quick, but it is grow wealth over time, invest in people and relationships. So what I'd like to share with you is having a roadmap of how to get there. We always plan conference to conference. So coming off of conference in Anaheim, looking forward to conference in Indianapolis, what do we do to maximize, to really plant seeds and to see some harvest? How do we invest our time best for these 5 months that we have from here to Indianapolis? So that's why we're focused on these first 90 days. I think to do all 5 months, that's too long. Most of us can't be intense for 5 months. Some of us can't be intense for a week, but part of this is to be brave and to challenge yourself to do something more than you've been doing. And I love the new Brave Leaders program. I'm part of this that the company is doing. And I tell you, it's really great personal development and growth to look and say, what is holding me back? What are the fears? What's getting in the way? And really to identify, where do I want to go? So I think you're the best boss I ever had. And Braden says all the time, I'm the best upline and I'm an awesome Juice Plus girl. You can decide where you want to go. We're going to talk more about this Royal Crown later tonight. But what I want you to see on the bottom of this sheet is that for doing a Royal Crown, if you were a VF and you did a Royal Crown in 1 month, we're going to explain that later, you would add $542 to your paycheck. If you were a sales coordinator and you did the Royal Crown in 1 month, you would add $698 to your paycheck. $598 to your paycheck. So almost $600 to your paycheck from doing this activity in 1 month. And this is what I was talking about with 90 days of massive action. I needed to change our finances, and I knew that if I went to work, my paycheck could be $600 different the next month if I wanted to. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. We're also going to talk about qualifiers in the magic sheet because I have a plan for how we're going to do this. And this is the qualifier sheet that I use to see how close are you to qualifying your business. And what I like about this is that we break it down into how many more trio orders would you need to qualify your business. And then how many trio orders would you need to be self-qualified. So I have this every month. I can share it with you. If you want to know your numbers and you haven't seen this, then Voxer me and we can talk about this because this is how we figure out if you're qualified, if you want to be qualified, we can look at those numbers. So I'm just going to go back here really quick to this timeline. May, this month, if we wait until September, we're not probably going to have the number of qualifiers on our team that we want. And we know that in order to have a qualified business, you have to be a virtual franchisee. So if you're on this call and you're not a VF yet, well, first we want to get to VF and we want to qualify our business. So you have to make VF at least by August in order to qualify in September. So for someone to make VF in August, usually that means that they started their business in July. So if you back up the timeline, you see we don't actually have that much time. So when I look at it, I'm thinking May is the perfect month for us to focus on qualifying our business yourself. Like, do you have enough customers? That's what we're focused on in May. And we're starting as many new people as possible in May. Because if we start a lot of people in May and a lot of people in June, then they're going to be finishing up their promotions in July and August, and then they're going to be moving into more leadership and adding their own team in September. So we're kind of front loading our summer by trying to have as many team members join us as possible in May and June. So usually I'm aiming for 1 team member for my Royal Crown, but in these next couple months, I'm going to be looking for more. So the beauty is that if you have 10 team members who sign up, you might have 2 of them who really want to run with us, who really have leadership potential. They see the value, they need the income, they're excited about it, they're going to be awesome. But probably you'll have 8 people who are family plan reps and they really just want the best price for themselves and for their family, and they may share it with a few other people. And that's okay because that adds stability to your business. We want both. We want the people who want to do it with us, and we want the people who are happy to just have it for their family. And so those are the people that we're looking for in May and June. We're just taking this big goal of where do we want to be in September, whatever that is for you, and we're breaking it down into manageable, smaller goals and smaller chunks so that then we can have some smaller celebrations and see where we end up. So that's my portion of sharing. If you have questions, go ahead and put them down in the little chat screen, and I will look at them and see if I can answer back. And I'm going to turn this over to Allison, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the 90-day game plan.
There we go. Am I unmuted now? Yes? Okay. Okay, can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay, awesome. Okay, so here it is, our 90-day Grow Wealthy game plan, which I'm so excited about. Like Callie said, empowering you with the tools and accountability you need to grow your business and your dreams. So first, there's 5 things. The first tool, the ultimate goal for our month for these next 3 months is the Royal Crown. And a Royal Crown is 5 customers with 1 new HLP teammate and 1 teammate completing their 2,000 plus. Now that might be a little hard in May if you are, don't have a new team member who's already completed their HLP. But if you have, the goal is that in May, you're going to get at least 1 new team member who's going to do their HLP. And then come June, then they'll be that team member who does their 2,000 plus while you're also helping someone else do their HLP. And then they'll do their 2,000 plus and you'll have a new HLP. And, you just kind of like keep going down the line. So that's what the Royal Crown is. And that's kind of like going to be our end goal of the month. And we'll do like kind of a check-in for that to see who got how many Royal Crowns for the month. So that's the first tool. The second tool, how are we going to get those Royal Crowns, is this DMO. And for those of you who don't know what that is, that's the daily method of operation. And this is a great sheet our company has come up with. So if you were to go to the mission-driven model, right there under building your customer base, you can click on DMO Planner right there. I've got it circled. And this is what it looks like. And so you can print that off. You should probably print off 12 for the next 12 weeks. And then, next 12 weeks. And I'm going to look at it closer on my phone just because it's a little hard to see on my computer. But you can see there's, every day listed out for the week. And you're only going to do this 5 times a week. But, you're going to write in the names of 2 new people. And you would do this ahead of time. Like you might do this I would usually do this on Saturday morning. That's when I have a quiet moment. And then I would do my days Monday through Friday. Maybe, you're going to pick 5 different days and a different setup day. But that's how I usually do it. So you're going to write down 2 new people from your memory jogger. And then 2 follow-ups, people you've talked to in the past or the last week or given samples to. You're going to check in with 2 customers. You're going to check in with 2 of your teammates. You're going to write any of the events that you're having, 3-way calls, Zooms, write in times to post on social media, things you wanted to post, if you're reading any personal growth books, and then you're checking Voxer. So that's your 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. That's your daily method of operation. And so that's just, you're going to take a half hour time each day to do that. Or maybe you just like to do it all in 2 hours in one day. But, it's easier to do it in little chunks, I think, if you can just carve out 15 to 20 minutes to kind of a couple times a day, if not once a day, to just cross a couple of those things off your list. So we've got our daily method of operation 5 times a week. So that's the first thing that we'll be doing every day for the next 90 days. And then we'll be having 2 events a month. So an event equals 2 guests. So you don't have to necessarily host it. So if Esther was to host a Facebook party, or I think Kristen's got one next week, or Ariel, they've just set up a couple. If I have 2 guests on that event, that counts as an event for me. So, you can attend or host the event. And the event could be on Facebook, it could be Zoom, it could be a live event. And that's where our fun group on Facebook comes in, because we can all kind of share the different events that we're doing, whether we're having salad parties or smoothie parties, or letting people know about our upcoming Facebook parties, or I'm talking with someone about doing an event at his gym, just like kind of get the wheels going so we all know what each other is doing. And we're also going to do 2 connection calls a week. So we are going to get our prospects on with Upline. Rochelle is not on the call today, but we had a great call with Callie, and she was talking with a chiropractor about getting Juice Plus in her office. So we had a call with that today. And then or a welcome call. Your new team members, you're going to want to get them on a welcome call ASAP. And then your teammates, if you have teammates who want help working on their story, or they want to just kind of clarify their goals and go through that why sheet together. I wrote something else down. Or maybe you have teammates who want to go through the magic sheet with Callie. Maybe you want to go through the magic sheet with Callie. Callie is going to talk with Debbie and Leanne and get some training times. When someone finishes their 2000 plus, we want them on the phone with Debbie to go through their VF training. Or maybe, Callie is going to we're going to do a team-wide call next week, just kind of how to read our 12-month analysis reports. And then there's, calls you could do. These are just a couple of ideas, but 2 connection calls a week are the guidelines for this. And so a connection call, I put, is at least 3 people. So it's you, your prospect, and an upline. So our 5 WELLthy tools to review were the Royal Crown, by doing our DMO 5 times a week, our 2 events a month, our 2 connection calls a week, and then just checking Voxer and Facebook and hanging out together, because, we are not an island. There is no I in team, and we just work better when we do life together. So before starting, and that's why you're on this event, because, this is a kind of big undertaking to take on something for 12 weeks and to commit to this. You want to talk with your family and your friends and to see how they can help you. Think about what time you're going to be able to set aside for this, to be joining us, because we really want to join with you and link arms, and we want to be talking with you through Facebook. I don't know if we'll get a Voxer but you just want to talk with your family and friends. Maybe it's going to mean I'm trying to think. A lot of times if I'm doing my Saturday mornings, that means, okay, I'm telling my husband on Saturday mornings, I'm going to be I need to go to Starbucks for a couple hours to catch up on some of this stuff. Or I talk with my in-laws. A lot of times my in-laws will make pancakes for my kids and they'll watch my kids on Saturday mornings so I can get work done. That's talking with family. Maybe it's talking with a friend or a sister-in-law or about doing a childcare swap. And hey, will you watch my kids, one afternoon, I'll watch your kids the next afternoon. Some of you are single moms, so it's just going to take, you don't have like a husband to rely on to take this time. So, just talking with your family and friends about how they can help you. Like my husband started doing his own laundry. That's a big help to me to help me too. Takes one thing off my list, or he does the dishes on the weekends. Just practical ways can they get behind you and support you? Because if they're not supporting you, then you're going to have a hard time pushing some other things aside to give yourself grace, to allow yourself to put time into this. And then establish a goal. Like, where do you want to be in 90 days? What is this 90 days going to mean for you? Like, maybe you're going for a promotion, whether VF or sales coordinator or senior sales. Maybe you just want your PVC to double. Maybe you want to be qualified. Maybe you want to be self-qualified. Maybe you want to be a new club level. My personal goal is I'm a 3 club. I want to be a 6 club. So like, what is that going to look like in 90 days? What will have changed? And then you'll know more strategically what you need to do to get there. And what's your reward? Rewards are fun. And the fun thing about it is there are a lot of, building your business rewards, because if we're helping people finish 2,000 pluses, or we're finishing 2,000 pluses, or we're getting to sales coordinator, those come with fun $250 or $500 bonuses. So there already is a reward, and we're going to feel really good about ourselves. But if maybe there's a more tangible reward you can think of and you want to put a visual up in your home, I think a lot of you know that my NMD goal is Disney World. So I've got like Mickey Mouse's thumbprint right here on the wall behind me. And my kids know, and they know like Disney World is our big reward, but like, what's a smaller reward? What's something fun that you can think of for yourself for finishing out these 90 days? And then committing to a summer boot camp. There are a lot of options. Farther is Florida, but Callie and I are going to Florida, and I'm super excited about it in June. Florida Tropics, yoga on the beach. What sounds better than that? Chicago Fest, for those of you local to Chicago, June 16th through 17th. And then I know in Virginia, there's a couple regionals and a Super Saturdays coming up in August. And I know there's Paget's Boot Camp coming up in Georgia. I need to look up some stuff for my team in Vermont to find out what's near them. But most importantly, we want you to commit to Indianapolis, October 19th through the 21st. You guys, it's going to be so much fun, and we're going to have so much to celebrate, especially all of us joining hands and doing this. It's just going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. Callie's excited. We're already talking about fun team things we can do together and how we can celebrate. And we are renting like a cute little house that we're super excited about that can sleep like 13 of us. We've got like 3 hotel rooms if that's not really your thing and you just want your privacy, or you've got babies and you want to be a little closer to the conference. We're just like super pumped. And so we all want you to put that on your calendars right now so nothing else gets in the way, no cousins getting married, nothing of that. And then 6, this is the fun part. There is homework to join this group. So we have a Facebook group. It's all set up and ready to go. And you only have to do 3 simple things to join the group. And the first is to fill out a memory jogger. This is going to be your basis. This is all those people that you're going to look at your memory jogger, and that's where you're going to fill in your DMO from. So once again, we're on Mission Driven Model. We're going down to memory jogger right here under building your customer base. And I need to talk faster, running out of time. And then you can see your mission, the memory jogger right here. You can write all those names. And if you're like, I don't know any people, there's all these fun questions to get your brain moving and thinking who you know. And then you're also going to do the same for your dream team. And you're looking for 50 to 300 people on your memory jogger. Might sound like a lot, but just start writing. Don't let your brain tell you no. Just start. Don't even think like, oh, I don't want to talk to them. Just write them all down. And then your dream team, write 10 to 20. So right here under building your team, you can see design a team is 2 in. I'm pointing like you can see where I'm pointing. And there's a designing your team. There's only 5 here. So either fill it out a couple times or fill out like your 5 top people and then circle the other 15 or so people on your memory jogger. And then your why worksheet. You know, this is a big deal. Why are you doing this? What motivates you? Like, what made you get on this call tonight? What motivates you to earn more money with Juice Plus? You know, maybe it's completely financial and you're like, we need more money. Maybe you have, that's not your thing. And maybe it's just like a purpose. Maybe Juice Plus just gives you a purpose. It gives you a mission. Maybe it's that you're looking for this community. Maybe that's your purpose, you know, but whatever your why is, maybe, you know, it's because you want a certain amount of people taking Juice Plus. Whatever your why is, this is what this form is going to help you come up with. It's just really great and really just like brings it down and helps you specify it further and further down, and will just really help you share. So 7 is planning your first week and scheduling those first call times with your upline. Obviously gonna have to be talking to your upline, Callie, me, Aaron, Ariel, you know, getting those call times in and planning your first week in these next couple days. Self-care. This is a lot of, you know, this can be a lot of work, but just think about how you can take care of yourself these next 90 days, whether that's making sure to schedule in a half hour for yourself of yoga or exercise or getting a certain amount of sleep every night, or like for me, my self-care is getting a house cleaner. Which was also part of my reward. I told Greg when I got a comma in my paycheck, I would get someone to clean my house once a month. So I'll be doing that. I think we're skipping it this month, but in June, that's just one of those self-care pieces that allows me freedom to do this business, and then just commit to being all in, because by changing nothing changes. So if you're not willing to do these things, or you're not willing to change yourself, or you're not willing to grow, I mean, nothing's going to change and nothing's going to grow. And first I'm just going to share really quick my 90 Days of Massive Action story, because I joined Callie on this, and it was different. It wasn't as structured. It was just 4 of us doing 90 events in 90 days. And Callie asked me, and for some reason I said yes. And I don't know why. And it was quite the whirlwind, and it stretched me, guys. Like, it really stretched me. But I can still look back at that time and pull from the lessons I learned during that now, today in my business. And I was a VF going nowhere. I had become a VF like over time. Like, I'd done my HLP and I just became a VF because people kept ordering. I mean, I had like maybe 3 customers. And then like 6 months after doing my 90-day massive action, I was a fast track sales coordinator. I had this amazing team. And, you know, I didn't see a ton of like, it wasn't like I did in the 90 days in the first 2 weeks, like, wow, everything was amazing. But as soon as that 90 days was over, like, boom, that was when my first team member joined me. And then my second one joined shortly after that. And then my paycheck really, like, all those people I'd been talking to for 90 days, all those seeds I had planted, finally I began reaping them, you know. And it was just really beautiful to watch. And so I really, really just believe in the power of this focused effort. You know, I did just I think I was supposed to be 6 weeks last summer, but I only made it 3 weeks. But even that 3 weeks of planting those seeds, very focused and doing my DMO every day and doing things like this, really, I mean, come September, that was in July, come September, wow, like my August had just been crazy. So commit to being all in. It really is worth it, and just get excited. You know, it might sound overwhelming, like, you want me to do that, you know, that 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 every week for 12 weeks. But really it's, you know, maybe half hour a day, 5 times a week. And it really is going to be a lot of fun. Like, I cannot even tell you how much fun it's going to be and how excited I am. You know, because there's a million reasons not to do this. I mean, like I said, we got some single moms on here. I've got 3 young kids. Like, I'm homeschooling. Callie's homeschooling. You know, I don't know all of you, but we all have our things. Some of our husbands travel and are not home. You know, some of us are just doing life alone. Like, we're all very busy. There are a million reasons, you know, there's soccer practice and there's Bible study and there's all these things that we can do. And, but if you want to reach your goals, and that's where that why sheet comes in, what is your goal? You must shrink the size of your butt. And if you're on this call, it's because someone has asked you to be on this call because they want to do it with you, not because you're just a random person. Like, they want to do it with you, and they're thankful that you are on their team. And I'm thankful for all of you and so many of you, and I can't wait to get to know you better through doing this. So I guess now would be the time for questions. Oh, wait, no. One more slide. Okay, so we start on Friday, May 5th. So that's in 2 days, you guys. So that's just like, we're just going to jump all in. So if you want to join us, which we really hope you do, get your homework in, which is your memory jogger, your dream team, and your why sheet. So just take a picture, send it to your upline. And then Friday, May 5th, we'll kind of do an example of our first accountability check-in, because we'll do check-ins every Friday, and we'll give you kind of like a score, but it's really not about how you score. It's, you know, it's just that you're doing it. And we'll just kind of give you a guideline to like score yourself and check in every week what you've done, what you know, could do better. And then we'll add you to the Facebook group, and you can spend the weekend introducing yourself. And and like take the weekend to write out, do your first DMO, and get everything lined up for next week for our first accountability check-in on Friday, May 12th. Okay, that's all I have. So now would be the time for questions and anything else Callie wants to say.
Okay, can you end the screen share, Allison?
Oh,
everybody.
yes, I can somewhere. There we go.
All right, we just gave you guys so much, and I know we're running out of time, but we can definitely catch up more on Voxer. But are there any questions right now? If you want to unmute yourself, we'll try to do what we can. I have a question.